It doesn't take parents long to realize that their children are all different. But dealing with this fact is a different story or another story. Now, a mother of triplets, aged 4, tells the story of Project Gingerbread Man. Now, she baked the gingerbread man, or men rather, and had everything set out for the decoration process: jelly tots, Smarties, and whatever was needed for the fun session. So, Greg, this jolly Greg, he started with great enthusiasm, dressing up his gingerbread man with every possible colorful sweetie he could grab. And in between, he secretly tasted enough colorful sweeties himself. A rechte rakkertjie. That's typical of the yellow child. Now, Greg's enthusiastic behavior upset his focused and powerful red sister, um, to such an extent that she virtually ordered the mother to reprimand him because he was grabbing most of the jelly tots, and as the female member of the group, she felt entitled to all the pink and purple ones. Well, in the meantime, Brian, perfect Brian, was peacefully studying all the sweeties. He hadn't even started dressing his gingerbread man, despite his mother's encouragement to get him started. He insisted on her helping him so that he could get the hair, the nose, and mouth done to perfection. That is who they are. You see, each child is born with a packaged temperament, and that temperament determines how he or she looks at life. Remember that every child has elements of all 4 temperaments, but one will always be his or her primary temperament, where he or she is naturally at home. And then, of course, no one is defined only by temperament, but is also a product of upbringing. Don't you become a domineering parent trying to force your children into boxes or cake molds. Granted, this is a considerable challenge, especially if you do not have an understanding of temperaments and how they shape people's lives. From the day, yes, from the day we are born, we naturally fear rejection. And we also have a deep-seated need to be accepted. Now, if we do not understand our children's temperaments, we could easily contribute to their development into people they were not meant to be. A child could unnaturally choose to become another temperament in an attempt to be accepted by parents or adults. Now, this is when people test with the uncommon diagonal or crossover temperament combinations of blue, yellow, or red, green. Not that there's anything wrong with such combinations, but it is a sad day when a person develops unnaturally into a specific temperament for the sake of other people, sacrificing his natural qualities. Now, let me explain to you. They are all born with all 4 temperaments. As I said, primary and secondary. Now, if your child has a yellow temperament, it means that this child is a relationship-focused child. Also green. Yellow and green are relationship children, where the red and the blue are task-orientated. If the combination is yellow and red or red, yellow, it means that they are born extroverts, yellow being the highest of the extroverts. Green and blue means that they are introverts, blue being the highest of introverts. And then it is not, you don't find it so often that people test like this. But if they do test, as I said, there's nothing wrong with them. It's just because they were forced into a different temperament, and it's only because people don't know. I don't believe for one moment that parents will do something uh, that will put their children in a disadvantaged position. I don't believe that. It's just because people don't have the knowledge. But I would love to tell you more about this. And I am going to tell you more about this because there will be 4 videos following this one that I will tell you a little bit more about the needs and the desires of the different temperaments. You can also visit my website. It is www.lynettebeer.co.za, and there you can find this book, Having Fun with Personalities. Now, this is a book that I've written together with my business partner, Antoinette Stein, from EQ for Kids. Now, EQ for Kids is a program where we develop the emotional intelligence of kids. So what Antoinette did is she wrote 4 different stories on the temperaments. She used the yellow, and she talks about Dr. Yellow in this book. And then she talks about Red Roof. And then the other story is all about Green Buck. And the other one is all about Blue Sheep. And what I've done is I've given you the profiles of the different temperaments. And then at the very back of the book, I'm telling you how you as a green parent, what is it that you as a green parent has in common with your yellow, red, or blue? What are the pitfalls? Things that you don't see. This you can read. You can also do the personality test for yourself as well as for your kids. You can also follow me on the YouTube channel. It's very interesting if you know the stuff, because what I just want to end off with is that the yellow and the red child gets mainly driven by the emotion of anger, while the green and the blue gets driven by fear. But you can read more about that on my website, and please, on the 30th of July, we will have a webinar, 2-hour webinar on how the ideal worlds for the different temperaments look like.